What's good? What's good, everyone? Hopefully, I'm coming through loud and clear. Um, I know it's been a while, but glad to be in here again. But today, as you can tell, the topic is pride, and we'll be going over. We'll be going into pride, and I've got a few scriptures here from Proverbs because I think when you hear the church or certain people speak of pride, and when they look into the Bible, I don't really think that they look at the totality of the word and the meaning, its uses. So it's really kind of short sighted to me in how it's expressed and explained. So we'll be starting with Proverbs chapter 18, verse 2. It states as such: A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only expressing his opinion. Now, my whole point about this whole pride stream is that the problem is when everybody speaks on it, they speak as if you're supposed to have no pride whatsoever. But the problem with it is that when you do that, what happens is you end up you end up basically giving away to naivety, which I mean, the problem is that now because you have no pride and you're only a naive fool, chances are you're going to be following somebody who's going to lead you right right to ruin. But got third ward in here. Salute as always, bro, and salute as well, Lawrence. But with naivety, it leads to ruin as well. They never speak of a balance between pride and being humble whatsoever. Whenever they talk about it, it's always usually typically to abandon all pride and only accept humbleness. But you have to have a balance in between there because it makes no sense because you're supposed to have pride in what God created you for, the purpose He's giving you. There's there's nothing wrong or negative in having pride in the purpose that God has for you. That's actually pretty noble. Now, because here it says a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only expressing his opinion. Uh, a lot of naive people are foolish, and that's the only thing they care about is expressing their opinion, and they really don't care. They really don't care about yeah, what's good, curls. They really don't care about understanding, having an understanding of and gaining knowledge. They only care about expressing their opinion. Now, going to Proverbs 19 and 3. When a man's folly brings his way to ruin, his heart rages against the Lord. Now, here it's talking about someone being naive and foolish, and that their own foolish decisions bringing them to ruin. Falling into this trap of making bad decisions. So instead of blaming themselves, they end up blaming God and everyone else. Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. And that's the thing here. When I was speaking about the balance between pride and humbleness, here you can have someone who is so naive or someone who is too arrogant with pride that they won't listen to anything anyone else has to say. They just, you know, they won't even listen whatsoever to be able to hear what's being said, to know if they can take anything of what's said to have any value in it. Yeah. Salute to you as well, knowledge. Now, moving on to Proverbs 14, verse 16. One who is wise is cautious and turns away from evil, but a fool is reckless and careless. How many people that are so naive and foolish? They're not cautious at all. they, they don't take a second or third thought about it to understand, to try and understand anything or see what could be coming next. They're just reckless with it. Now, you can also have people that are too prideful being the same way too. But I know I've definitely seen so many naive people that don't do it whatsoever. And then the last one, but not least, here, Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 14. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouths of fools feed on folly. Now, there's so many people, I know that you've seen them too, who they don't care about understanding. They don't care about seeking knowledge. They don't care about understanding how to apply that knowledge, but they're always talking. And a lot of these people, they're naive in their practice of life. Now, at the same time, you can be a little prideful, but still be naive at the same time. I noticed that a lot of these people, though, that I'm speaking of, the one thing that they have no pride in is understanding or knowledge. they have no they have no pride, no concern or care about having understanding or knowledge whatsoever. Now, what's going on, SKC? What's going on, man? Yeah, just doing this stream here on Pride. But so many people, I noticed that they may have this, but pride, you have to have a balance with this pride. Having pride is not the problem, but not being balanced in it and letting it consume you is the problem. Just it leads to naivety. So that was the reason why I wanted to do this stream. This short one here, and then we'll open up the panel here and open up the other one here to the usual suspects, to where we can have a conversation about this. But I really want to lay out the basis for this here, and this one, just to have this short one and and go from there. But I really appreciate everyone being here. Thank you, Lawrence, and I will get my usual suspects that the link to the panel, and we can have a conversation on this. But I really appreciate it. I hope you guys get a lot out of this, and it really gets those wheels to turning and thinking about this in general, SKC. In general, a lot of times I find that when it comes to it, it's usually not too different. It may be about what the pride is in, but in general. But if you don't, if you hadn't hit that like button when you listen to this coming in, it's not too long. Should be a short one, easy enough to get to digest. But that's all I got for you guys. We're getting ready to move over to the barbershop talk. Thanks for putting that in there, Lawrence. You guys can check that out. And I'm going to leave you with this. Don't be a nigga. Peace.